Welcome to the Work Study Staff Faculty Information Session for the Fall-Winter 2023-2024 cycle. My name is Jose. I work at the UTM Career Center and I support the team with the role of Business and Operations Coordinator. Part of my role is to support the Work Study program at UTM. I am joined here by my colleague Jason. Jason, how are you doing?
Everything is well. Thank you so much, Jose, and good day to everyone. My name is Jason Jung. I'm the Assistant Director for Employer Relations and Marketing here at the Career Center. Simply put, my team acts as a bridge between our students and our employer partners who are seeking the opportunity to hire early talent within their organizations. But we also do provide the opportunity for the employers to connect with students through career fairs, information sessions, networking opportunities, and other extraordinary moments of connection points for our students and the employer partners. Part of my portfolio also includes the work study program, and I work side by side with Jose in administering this. Thanks, Jose. Back to you.
Thank you, Jason. So in this information session, we're going to cover what is work study. We will touch on highlights. We will talk about the current streams that the program offers. We will cover the student eligibility requirements. We will also pinpoint important dates that you should keep in your daily planner so we can meet those deadlines for the program. We will talk about the hiring process and timesheets and how the Career Center can offer support to students and to you as supervisors and other resources the department has available. So Jason, what is work study?
Thanks, Jose. For those of you that are brand new to supervising students, or for those of you that are here for a refresher, the work study program is an opportunity for our students to gain new skills, enhance their competencies, and gain very practical experiences right here on campus with the flexibility of being here with their educational schedule and the opportunity for time to float to gain these experiences, all while getting paid for the opportunity, is how this is wonderfully put together under the work study program. Now, CWIL is an organization that is put together by employer partners from all over Canada, different universities and colleges and their staff members volunteer to support organizations in Canada in providing work integrated learning opportunities. And CWIL defines it as a form of curricular experiential education that formally integrates the students' academic studies with quality experiences within a workplace or a practice setting. Now, to highlight some of the things that we know about work study is this is, of course, as alluded to earlier, an opportunity for students to gain these wonderful experiences on campus, and of course, it's paid for. There are over 600 vacancies right here at UTM, and typically most of these roles start at a wage of $15.90. And as alluded to earlier as well, this is a great opportunity for students to gain those very important skill sets, competencies to get to that next level. Now, on campus here, there's two forms or two streams that students can choose from, which is the research experience and work experience. And Jose is going to help us understand the difference between the two. Over to you, Jose.
Thank you, Jason. The work study program offers two streams. The first stream is the research experience stream. This is an opportunity for students to work in a research environment that it's led and supervised by faculty. These positions provide students with the opportunity to undertake or support a research project under the direction of a faculty member and involve the application of foundational methodologies and or theories within a research field. Now, the second stream is the work experience stream. This is designed to support students in developing and articulating skills that are and will be very helpful for future workplace. These opportunities are also around departments, academic units, and administrative departments across the University of Toronto. Students will have the opportunity to develop skills that they can later translate into their future career path. Now, what are the important requirements that students must meet in order to participate in the program? The first one is to be a University of Toronto student. Graduate students must be registered as defined by their college faculty in order to be eligible. International students are subject to additional eligibility criteria as set by the Government of Canada. We recommend referring your work study student, international student, to the UTM International Education Center, UTM IEC. They will be able to provide information and advisory in terms of regulations regarding on-campus work. Notes that we should keep in mind: which students are not eligible to participate in the program: non-degree students, students doing a placement, in this case, a co-op work term, are not eligible for work study, and students registered in the Toronto School of Theology. Now, with respect to the course load, it's very important for students to be registered in at least 2.0 credits. And these 2.0 credits are full course equivalent, which means that they should be at least in a 0.5 credit in the fall or 1.5 credit in the winter, or vice versa. But it's very important to be registered in at least 2.0 throughout the whole academic year. Graduate students must be registered for the fall-winter session. Now, one important note to keep is that students can only accept one position per program period. That is, for the upcoming fall-winter, they can only hold one work-study position. Now, Jason, back to you. And what are important timelines that we should keep in mind?
Yeah, thanks, Jose. Some important timelines that you'll want to keep in the back of your mind is the application process starts on August 16, 2023. So all the roles that have been, the 600 roles that have been approved are now on the platform for students to apply. It's important to note that the first day of work is September 5th, 2023. However, the last day for students to apply for roles is September 25th, 2023. That is, if you are not able to finish off interviews and provide that formal letter of offer, that needs to be concluded by October 6th. That is the end of the hiring period. It's important to note that the hiring period starts September 5th, but the last day of work is March 31st, 2024. Now, I thought we'd take a moment to help you understand the hiring process a little bit better, and I would love to take you through the next steps for that. So the place that you would go to be able to do this is the Career and Co-Curricular Learning Network, also known as CLNX. If you want to get to CLNX, all you would do is go to https://clnx.utoronto.ca. When you arrive at the home page, you'll see a blue navigation panel as shown or depicted here in the presentation. And what you want to do is take your mouse and hover it over to the jobs and recruitment section. Click on that. You would then be able to click on about work study specifically for faculty and staff. And under the drop-down menu that appears from there, you want to specifically click on the step-by-step process and forms to get to the job board. Now, with that said, there's a few steps that take place in the hiring process, which also includes drafting the work study and the letter of offer to the student. Once you've interviewed them and find that they are the right student or set of students that would be taking on roles within your unit. Once it's been signed by you and the student that you're offering the opportunity to, the letter of offer would then go to your business officer, somebody like our very own Jose, who would then take the opportunity to process that form online and provide that information further through the letter of offer. Once the online hiring form has been approved, the next steps that take place is automated emails are sent to yourself, the work study hiring manager, your business officer, and of course, the student. The student should not start working until the approval has been issued. So please do note that, which is very important. When it comes to timesheets, which is of course important not only for your unit, but of course for the student who's working through, you want to ensure that the student completes the timesheet by following the UTM payroll deadlines. As a supervisor, you do want to review that timesheet and approve it accordingly by signing off on that form and sending it off to payroll for processing. You can find a complete list of the payroll contacts through CLMX. A copy of the timesheet should be kept in the department accounting records for future reconciliation purposes and so on. The thing to note once again, which is very important, is the timesheets must be signed before submitting them to the UTM payroll. Now, one of the most important aspects of the whole work study program is, of course, to provide that student with not only that experiential learning opportunity, but ensuring that week over week, month over month, they're gaining a new set of skills, they're gaining some new competencies that they can apply to their future career. And the work study program recommends you use a professional development workbook, which not only helps the student identify those new skill sets, but helps them articulate those things through the process of the work study tenure that they have. This framework also allows them to be very intentional about the day-to-day interactions, the functions that they gain through the job opportunity, through learning and development, by setting those learning goals. Most importantly, as we know, reflection is a huge part of the work experience. And by using the professional development workbook, it will allow the student to then articulate those reflections, possibly into their resume or other future tools that they would use to apply for various things. Next, I'm going to pass it on to Jose to talk further about Career Center supports there. And I know Jose is always excited to talk about this area.
Thank you, Jason. Yes, our department offers great resources, not just for our students, but also for staff and faculty. And as you were mentioning earlier, the program is also a great opportunity for students to gain work experience through work integrated learning. So, what can the Career Center do for our students, and how can it support the work study supervisors? Let's see. So you can refer work study students to the Career Center for workshops, appointments, resume and cover letters toolkit online. Now, let's talk about the workshops. The Career Center has ample catalog of workshops that can help students to not only land that job and build resume, because remember, these work study positions will help them gain skills that they will later transfer into their future career path. There's also the opportunity for effective interviews, and it's how they can sit down and answer those questions with calm and confidence. The Career Center also has a series of e-modules available through Quarkus. These modules are part of a series that we call the Professionalism in the Workplace. There is also workshops for helping students to gain communication skills, how they can also engage when they arrive to a new place and learn about networking and why networking is so important to foster relationships, professional relationships that can help us gain experiences, not only by learning them, but also by observation and by sharing these experiences with other professionals. We also have other workshops that are available in a synchronous and asynchronous mode. To access these workshops, students will need to visit the events and calendar workshop in CLNX. They can register using their user ID and password. Now, with respect to appointments, the Career Center has career counseling appointments, LinkedIn profile critiques, practice interviews, CV curriculum vitae, CV critiques, and also for those students that wish to pursue grad school, the Career Center offers personal statements appointments where they can learn how to draft a personal statement that will help them get into their grad school. Career Center also offers support to supervisors. And for this, if you have any needs or confidential requests, inclusive of needs surrounding students' disclosure or equity, diversity, and inclusion conversations, please contact us at workstudy.utm@utoronto.ca, where we can set up a one-on-one conversation, we can have a meeting, or we can answer your questions through by email. Now, what are important dates to keep in mind, Jason?
All right. And so we want to remember once again that you don't want to forget that the last day for those hiring elements is October 6th, 2023. It's really important to remember. But just to revise everything once again, the student application period opens August 16th, 2023. It goes on for 6 weeks, and the last day to have that job posted and to receive applications, the last day is September 25th, 2023. However, the hiring period does get extended till October 6th, 2023. So you have a few more extra days post that September 25th to be able to interview the student, go through the process of getting that offer letter out and getting that countersigned by the student, your business officer, so on and so forth. And please do remember, the student cannot start working till everything has been approved, and that employment period starts September 5th, 2023 and concludes on March 31st, 2024. Now, in case, as Jose alluded to a bit earlier, in case you want to have any conversations, you need that support, you want to reach out to us, there's a few different ways you can do that. First and foremost, we love connecting with our fellow supervisors in person. And if you would want to come by to the Career Center, please do visit us at the Davis Building. We're at 3094. The Career Center is typically open from Mondays to Fridays from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. However, if you're not able to make it in person, do know that we're available over the phone. And the number to get to us is 905-828-5451. Feel free to reach out once you reach the reception to ask for either Jose or myself, Jason. We'd be more than happy to answer your questions. In case you want to send a quick note, or maybe you have some further questions and you want to allude to it through email, more than happy to do that. workstudy.utm@utoronto.ca is the email address. And in case you want to connect with us online as well, you can visit us at our website, utm.utoronto.ca/careers. On our website, at the bottom right-hand corner, we do have a live person that's always available to chat with you Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. They will redirect that conversation once again, either to Jose or myself, and we'd be more than happy to continue the conversation in the various formats that are available to you. With that said, we are here to support you. We want to make sure that this experience is not only wonderful for our students, but exciting and the least of worries for our supervisors, our partners like yourself, and we just want to make sure it's an excellent experience for everybody. Jose, do you want to help us sign off?
Of course, Jason. Thank you so much for taking the time to see in our information session. As Jason shared before, please feel free to contact us. There are various ways to connect with us, and we're here to support you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.